What is going on, members of the Shy Guy Squad? My name is Dan, otherwise known as Danekii, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon Citra quality Wi-Fi battle here on the channel. I know it's been a little while, and I'm sorry it's taken so long, but we are finally here with our final RU battle with this team. Yes, these battles happened before the Crawdon ban, so that's why Crawdon's on my team. I am sorry. But, as you guys can see, my team consists of Kommo-o, Crawdon, Escavalier, Donphan, Emboar, and Nidoqueen, while my opponent today is bringing the Braviary, Milotic, Meloetta, Roserade, Toxicroak, and the Houndoom. Not Mega, because that stone is not out yet. But without further ado, I'm going to make this one a little bit faster than the usual. So without further ado, let's just get into the battle and see how it goes. So, my opponent is going to be leading off. Well, he's going to first of all be issuing a challenge, but secondly, he's going to be leading off with the Navy Seal, the Braviary, as I myself am going to lead off with number 39, which is my Kommo, number 39, Utopia, which is the ace of Yuma Sakumo, the one we don't speak of. Now, my opponent makes a prediction here and goes for the U-turn turn 1, probably expecting me to swap out to gain some initiative, but I figured he would probably not going to stay in, so I just went balls to the wall, and I decided to click Focus Blast. But you know, I miss again, so like I told you, I think I only landed at one Focus Blast against Harris or something like that. So I'm going to withdraw because I don't know what this Meloetta wants to do. It's a Psychic type, it can blow me the hell away. So I'm going to switch into my specially defensive GameFreak, the Iron Knight. But I see he goes for Ice Punch, and of course that makes me raise some question marks here on my head. And I see he's Life Orb too, which is intriguing to say the least, as he reveals a Relic song, and boy, he looks beautiful. But he's now going to transform, actually, into the Meloetta Pirouette form, which, my god, is also beautiful as all hell. But I'm going to click Knockoff here because I thought, you know, Psychic type. But no, now it's a normal fighting type, so that Knockoff didn't do anything, which is, of course, very unfortunate for myself. But, you know, that's just how it goes. So I'm going to switch in Tangrishneer because it's a physical Meloetta, so why wouldn't I? So he's going to go for Drain Punch here. He's going to drain a little bit of my life energy, but it comes at an expense. He shall also take Rocky Helmet damage, which takes him back to square one, if not taking slightly more damage than he normally had. So, with that being said, he's going to withdraw and switch into Milotic, because, you know, if you can find alliteration pun to the name, then why not? Also, may I say, oh god, goodness gracious, Milotic is beautiful with that lighting in Citra quality. Whew, that's a beautiful Sea Serpent right there. But he's going to get that leftovers recovery on his Sea Serpent, while my Donphan is standing strong, and I'm going to swap out into the only thing that can take a Scald very comfortably, at least, and not be affected by it, which is, of course, my number 39, the Kommo-o. So, the Milotic is going to go for Scald, which I figured it would because of perfected damage and all that stuff. Now, it is not very effective, and he does not even get the burn. So my boy number 39 is finally proving its worth. In RU, I can accept Kommo. I can accept it perfectly fine here. Its Focus Blast missing, unacceptable. But its ability to actually punch holes through teams and stuff, very acceptable. I will go along with that. But as you guys can see here, a modest choice specs Kommo. Oh, that's some good damage right there. But my opponent reveals the Mirror Coat, very clean tech on my opponent's part, which is going to take my Kommo out really, really fast, which is, of course, very unfortunate on my end, but you know, that's just what we gotta do. So, Gongenzaka comes out to play, and you best believe, boy, that, I'm gonna just smack what's in front of me, but my opponent sees this coming. He swaps out into Melody, which is the Meloetta again, which is now back in its Aria form. I'm going to click Wild Charge right here, and that is going to put this Meloetta very close in range of knockout. But since I am Choice Scarf, I can just click it again. I could have chosen to hide the fact that I'm Scarf and switch into something else, but I just decided to go balls to the wall and just throw it out there that, yes, I am a Choice Scarf Emboar indeed. So that is, of course, going to happen right there, as he's going to switch into Guns N' Roses. Now that he knows I can't really, you know, directly hit it, I need to switch out first. So I am going to do that though, and I'm going to go into GameFreak, the Iron Knight, the only thing that can really, you know, take on special hits, as long as it isn't fire. And this thing goes for Sleep Powder, and Overcoat completely denies that, so I feel like I've played really well with this team, and I'm kind of proud of that. My opponent's going to go for the Hidden Power Fire, no, not Fire. Some random Hidden Power, I honestly don't know what it was. Could have been Dark, not quite sure. But, I don't knock off anything from this Roserade telling me, hey, it's Sea Crystal, potentially, if I paid attention at the beginning and saw an item. But I think it's Sea Crystal. So he sends in the Saturn, which is the Toxicroak. I go for a Mega Horn, just try to, knock out the Roserade, and it doesn't do that much. So he's going to go for a Drain Punch, but I have Drill Run on the lockout. And, I take a huge chunk from this, which affects my Gear Freaks versus, livability. But, I think it's fine, because I feel like for the rest of my team, my offense can pressure him enough to, just beat him. So I'm just going to go for a Drill Run here, and I've been very lucky with my Mega Horns and Drill Runs, but my Focus Blast, Como has been experiencing the wrath of the RNG gods, while Gearfried got the blessing. I guess the RNG gods also approve of original series over the terrible Zexal. I mean, Zexal, we don't speak of that. I'm just not going to continue that conversation. As my Lodic here goes for the Recover, I am going to retaliate with a Mega Horn to get as heavy of a hit off as possible, and as you guys can see, that does a huge chunk to this Milotic. Like, yes, it can recover stall me, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's a winning battle for my opponent, because I get to keep it weakened in range of Embor, so when he first decides to attack, I can just be like, psych. But I'm going to switch out right here into Reginald, which is my Crawdon. Very scared right here if he clicks Scald, but I expected him to click Recover one more time, which he does, and that is of course going to be meaning that I can click Knockoff and smack something really, really damn hard. And, that's good for me. I like smacking the shit out of something sometimes, from time to time. But yeah, so, as you guys can hear, he's almost back at full due to leftovers. And I am going to go in here now, click Knockoff, and absolutely obliterate this this poor Milotic. Like, that did, I don't know, 75% or something like that, as he clicks Toxic, which, honestly, I would have clicked Scald here and gone for the Scald Burn, because whittling down the Crawdon is not as important as it is to stop its offensive prowess. Adaptability, Choice Banded, Adamant, Knockoff. Oh, wow, my voice is killing me. But the sheer power of Adaptability boosted, Choice Band boosted, a Stab Knockoff from a Adamant Crawdon, that is some scary horsepower right there, or lobster power, or crawfish power, or whatever you want to call it. But Crawdon here just smacked the hell out of it, but in comes Guns N' Roses again, proving to be one of the most problematic Pokemon on my opponent's roster, as I am going to make a switch out here, because I don't want to sack Reginald just yet, and instead I'm going to sack off Gearfried, my Iron Knight, as he is going to go for the Z move, and oh, do I feel bad for my opponent as he goes for the Poison Z move. I do not know what he was predicting right here, which is of course very unfortunate, but he's going to go for the Full Force Z move, the Acid Downpour, which doesn't even affect me. So I feel really bad for my opponent, but that's why you never drop the gun on a Z move too early, especially when your opponent has an immunity, and I would have all the reason to switch into my Gearfried right there. But I'm going to pull a double here into Gonginzaka, because I figured he would use like his hidden power or something, but he swaps into Houndoom, which is a very nice pivot for me, because I can go into Houndoom here, or I can go into Gonginzaka and I can just click Superpower, and that is going to be more than enough to take down this dog, I think, unless he was Focus Sash. Okay, never mind, he was not Focus Sash, so my pig here, my Gonginzaka, is going in and just tearing through this man's team, Wild Charging and Flare Blitzing and all the things. So my opponent now goes into Navy Seal, which we haven't seen since the first turn of the battle where it went for U-turn. So Braviary is back, it's Blake and the Baltimore Braviaries. I'm going to swap out my Embor here, because I felt like I could preserve, even though I don't know why I decided to preserve differential at the end of the day, but he goes for Brave Bird here, and that is of course going to punish him so hard because I am also Rocky Helmet. But I kind of felt like I got a good grip for this team and how it functions, despite the fact that I only had 2 special attackers and only one of them that appreciates Scald. But that's besides the point. I go into my Donphan, he withdraws his Navy Seal, the thingamajig. He goes into Guns N' Roses right here, and this is the kind of part that got me a bit upset, but at the same time I understand where my opponent is coming from. As I go for the Ice Shard right here, I bring the Rosary down to about red, and my opponent decides to click a run here and forfeit. Which, I mean, I was a bit upset because at the same time you think, he had one more turn of Rosary where I would have clicked Ice Shard. That would have been knocked out. I could have gone into Braviary. I would probably click Ice Shard as well, but a Brave Bird could have potentially taken out my Donphan, and he could have at least brought down to 4-0, but at the same time played out the battle. but at the same time I understand it because he saw there's no way he can win here, so he's just gonna click forfeit. But at the same time, you know, that is gonna wrap it up for this battle. So if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. I'm sorry I uploaded like a sweep right here, but that was one of the battles I got with this team. There will be a new team again starting soon, which is an OU team that I'm really having a fond of, that I've played on the ladder and stuff. So, very excited to show you guys that. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!